Last night, a sold-out Yankee Stadium set a dramatic background for a classic postseason game. The New York stage was set for the captain, the grizzled veteran, the hired gun, and the kid. In spectacular fashion, they all provided classic performances worthy of the occasion. Breaking ball hit towards third. Oh, what a night for Boggs already. Struck him out. Rips it deep. Goodbye. Mariners ace Randy Johnson, sitting helplessly on the bench, could only watch as David Cone handled the Mariners early. But in the seventh, Griffey Jr. took him deep for the second time, and the game was tied. But the Yankees broke the game open in the bottom of the seventh, capped by a home run by Ruben "Hot Dog" Sierra. 2-1 Sierra, deep right field, way back, goodbye, home run, Ruben Sierra. Lou Piniella realizes the depth of the hole of the Mariners if they go down 2. They showed the middle of their lineup can dance on a New York stage, but they must exceed the opening night's performance if this series is going to continue. Packed house at Yankee Stadium in New York as the division series continues. Game 2 between the Seattle Mariners and the New York Yankees. The Yankees, winning last night, have taken the 1-0 lead in this best of 5. Welcome to the Bronx, everybody. Gary Thorne and Tommy Hutton, delighted to have you with us here again tonight. For the Yankees in their victory last night, Tommy, some good old-fashioned baseball table setting.
Yeah, it sure was, Gary. I'll tell you what. About 2.5 months ago, Darryl Strawberry became a part of the New York Yankees. At that time, Luis Polonia, who'd been hitting leadoff, became expendable and was traded. All of a sudden, Boggs moved from number 2 to the leadoff spot. Bernie Williams came from down in the lineup to number 2. The Yankees took off, so did Boggs and Williams, and boy, did they do the job last night. Boggs and Williams were 6 for 10 with 4 RBIs and 5 runs scored.
Some other great numbers last night were put up by the Seattle Mariners all season long. The middle of the M's lineup devastated Yankee pitching. These are the numbers from last night's game. How in the world can the middle of your lineup have those kind of numbers and you still lose the ball game? The answer, Tommy, was right back to the top.
Yeah, it was, and I tell you, they just had the wrong table setter. Vince Coleman and Joey Cora last night were 0 for 8. The only 2 times they reached base on walks, they scored. Tonight, Lou Piniella's made a little bit of a change. He has Luis Sojo hitting in the number 2 spot. Cora moves down to number 9.
Andy Bennis starts tonight. The bullpen wasn't good. They need a big night out of him.
They need 5, 6, maybe 7 innings out of Bennis. Belcher will be available in the bullpen. So will Norm Charlton.
Our starting pitchers tonight, a rookie, will go for the New York Yankees. Andy Pettitte. He has been very good. Andy Bennis makes the start for the M's. Other games going on in the division series tonight. We'll keep you abreast. Hannah Storm, our baseball night at America Studios.
At Yankee Stadium, Ken Griffey Jr.'s 2 home runs, not enough last night for the Mariners. Tonight they look to even the series and get their first ever postseason win.
Back here at Yankee Stadium, the standing ovation is for their former shortstop and former broadcaster, the Scooter. Phil Rizzuto throwing out the first pitch. He threw a strike. Scooter retired this year, of course, from the broadcast booth. He's a beloved figure here. Can't help but smile when you see that guy, can you? If you think he's loose, you wouldn't expect that kind of looseness in the Seattle dugout. Tommy Hutton, he looks pretty loose.
Well, I think Junior was getting ready for Scooter's pitch. He may have also been imitating Ruben Sierra just a little bit.
Let's take a look at tonight's Budweiser Mariners starting lineup. Vince Coleman's back in there, leading it off in left field. Luis Sojo moves up in the lineup to bat second. Ken Griffey Jr. in center. Edgar Martinez, the DH. Jay Buhner will be in right field. Mike Flowers at third base. Tino Martinez moved down in the lineup against the left-handers at first. Dan Wilson will be doing the catching and batting eighth. And Joey Cora makes the start at second base and will bat ninth for Seattle. And this rookie is going to make the start for the Yankees. The heart's got to be pounding a little, but he put up some very impressive numbers. Andy Pettitte out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 23 years old, rookie season.
Well, he's a youngster making his first postseason start, Gary, but I tell you what, he won 6 of his last 7 starts. He was 5-1 in the month of September, winning some big ball games for the New York Yankees. What he features, he's a left-hander that's very typical. He's not overpowering with his fastball. He has to have good control. He has a breaking ball and an excellent changeup. So watch for some of the Mariner hitters to be off balance a little bit. Defensively, behind the left-hander, Andy Pettitte. Talked about Bernie Williams last night in center field, chasing down just about anything into the gaps. Up the middle, the veterans, Fernandez and Velarde. A great play by Boggs last night on a diving stab of a line drive. And the captain, 9-time Gold Glover Don Mattingly, and Jim Leyritz gets the start. He's been the catcher the last 7 starts for Andy Pettitte. So Mike Stanley not in there tonight.
Lou Pinella's team going home after tonight's game. They want to go back 1-1. Buck Showalter's New York Yankees have won their last 6. They finished the season with a 5-game win streak and a 9-6 win in Game 1 last night. Another capacity crowded Yankee Stadium, ready to go on a very humid night. It's only about 71 degrees, cloudy and kind of drizzly all day, but no real rain. It's been everywhere but here. 2 down, Ken Griffey Jr. He quieted Yankee Stadium a couple of times last night. 2 home runs, went 3 for 5.
Hit spots.
2 strikes on Jr., and he pops it up center field, not deep. Bernie Williams. So the rookie in his first postseason start retires the Mariners in order. Yankees coming up here in the bottom of the first inning. Here's tonight's Budweiser Yankees starting lineup. Wade Boggs leads it off at third base. Bernie Williams will be in center field. Paul O'Neill in right. Ruben Sierra is the DH. Don Mattingly follows him at first base. Deion James in left. Jim Leyritz doing the catching. Tony Fernandez at short, and Randy Velarde second base and batting ninth.
Very interesting comparison in these 2 pitchers, both starting for the first time in postseason. Andy Pettitte, a rookie. Andy Benes has won 76 Major League games. He came over to the Mariners from the San Diego Padres. He's pitched very well, except for his last start. He's really been sporadic at times. He won 4 of his last 5 ball games, but his last start a disaster against the Texas Rangers. He lasted just an inning and a third, gave up 7 hits and 7 runs. The other thing about Benes, if he's good, he's real good. He'll stay out there 6, 7, 8 innings. If he's bad, he's real bad. He had 4 starts where he pitched less than 3 2/3 innings. Good fastball, good hard slider, and every once in a while he'll use the change against the left-handed hitters. Soho and Cora up the middle for the Seattle Mariners. Look at that. Mariners 108 double plays, fewest in the American League. Doesn't matter tonight because in Benes' starts with Seattle, they haven't turned 1.
Andy Benes is the most pronounced fly ball pitcher in baseball right now. He does not get ground balls, so he hasn't had a double play in the last 12 starts. Wade Boggs, what a night he had last night. Those numbers at the plate, and a very important play at third base when he snared a line drive that ended an inning off the bat of Dan Wilson in the 4th. Hitter, a switch hitter. Lifts that one to center field. Griffey back and over towards right a bit, and that's it. No runs, a base hit. The Yankees leave 1 after 1 at the stadium. No score. Folks, he put a number up Tommy and I were just talking about I cannot believe. He went 3 for 4 with the singles in last night's game, but on the year, this guy hit .433 against left-handers. And he lines that one to right field, and O'Neill's got it. When a left-hander gets Edgar Martinez out, you say a little prayer and move on. 1 down.
Well, Paul O'Neill can join my golf course anytime. He's replacing the divot. But that's about the way you're going to get Edgar Martinez out against a left-hander. A line drive and a great play. O'Neill has to stay with it, battle the lights, and then takes a little piece of the Yankee Stadium turf.
8th pitch on this at-bat. 3-2 the count, runner at first and 1 out. Got him picked off. Jay Buhner in the rundown. Fernandez back to the pitcher. He'll be chased. The flip just in time to Velarde, Wade Boggs, who moved over from third. Andy Pettitte almost hurt himself that time because he ran him the wrong way, but Buhner is picked off.
Buhner gets caught. I don't know if he was going or not, but Mattingly does the right thing in getting the ball to Tony Fernandez, but Tony unloads a little too soon. You can see the disgust in his head because you don't want to get Pettitte involved, but a heads-up play by Boggs as he's there at second base to take the throw from Pettitte.
1-3-6-1-5. The Yankees come up here against Andy Venice with Don Mattingly, Dion James, and Jim Leyritz. The Yankee captain, number 23. First playoff game, of course, last night. Ended up with a 2-for-4 ball game. His first hit delivered his first postseason RBI. Feeling a whole lot younger than he did about a week ago, Don Mattingly. And he lines this one into center field for a base hit. So Mattingly gets the second hit off Andy Venice, a leadoff single in the second inning. He's stinging the ball.
Well, because of the back problems over the last few years, he doesn't have that torque that he once had to drive the ball, but he still has that beautiful swing to hit the ball hard up the middle, left center field. Had 32 doubles on the year.
Andy Pettitte trying to come back on Coleman. 3-2 delivery. He did. Right field. O'Neill backing up. Warning track deep. Looking up. Goodbye. Home run. Just enough. A rising line drive by Vince Coleman to the opposite field on a 3-2 pitch. And Seattle takes a 1-0 lead on the homer by Coleman.
I'll tell you what, at 34 years of age, Vince Coleman finding some power that he didn't have. His career high in home runs was 6 in 1990 with the Cardinals. He hit 5 this year. This fastball out over the plate. Vince Coleman shows you why you don't have to pull a ball at Yankee Stadium. If you get fastballs out over the plate as a right-handed hitter, you can hit the ball out to right field.
Well, I didn't think that was going to have enough on it. It did. That is the first home run by Coleman against a left-hander this year.
Well, Vince Coleman talking about that power on his 34th birthday this year against Oakland. He hit a grand slam. So we talked about the top of the order for the Mariners trying to set the table. Well, he did a little bit more that time in setting the table.
That's the first time the Mariners have had a lead in this series on that home run by Vince Coleman. They take a 1-0 lead here in the third inning on the second hit off Andy Pettitte.
Sometimes he has trouble getting it quickly through the hitting zone.
0-2 pitch, got that one through, and a base hit to center.
So
out of the reach of Fernandez. Well, you know, as soon as you say those things, that he's going to come right around on a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. And Griffey is on with a 2-out single here in the third, hit number 3 off Pettitte.
You start thinking about the situation, then you look up there and see who's hitting.
And Buhner hits a towering fly ball, but not that deep. Dion James, the left fielder, called off by Fernandez. Now, tough territory, and there he goes. But he's all right, and he's got the baseball. The home run by Coleman, though, has put the Mariners up 1-0.
Helps the Yankees, too, on the 3-2 two-out pitch. Randy Velarde will be on the move. Tino Martinez behind him, so a ball hit into the gap. He has a better chance to score.
O'Neill, 3-2, runner goes, and he got him. Good off-speed breaking ball. First strikeout for Venice. We'll return the 95 Division Series. Mariners-Yankees after this from your local station. This year, this was his first real full season. This one shot back to the mound. Good play with the left-hander Pettitte, and he got it. So 3 ground ball outs here in the fourth inning. Mariners retired in order, but the M's have the 1-0 lead. 2-0 the count on him here. Think some folks in Indiana are watching tonight, Tommy?
Yeah, a couple of guys who are from Evanston, Indiana. Getting an opportunity to go up against each other. For 6 years is the age difference between Don Mattingly and Andy Bennis, but from the same area.
And he draws the walk. Mattingly was Bennis's hero, baseball hero growing up. Guarantee you, he didn't give him that walk. Hero or no hero.
57,000 crowds at the Murph.
No, not in the house that Ruth built either. Great pitch. Ooh, a very upset Dion James has got the mask off. Dale Scott, the home plate umpire. Buck Showalter coming out to protect him. He doesn't want to lose him. James throws the bat. He's gotten a fine. He hasn't been thrown out. Throws the helmet. Dale Scott pointed and fined him, but did not throw him out. And Showalter immediately got the home plate umpire turned around so he couldn't see Dion James go back into the dugout.
Dion better cool it because he's gotten away with a lot more than many other players would have. I give Buck Showalter and Dale Scott a lot of credit. Buck got out there in a hurry to try to keep his player into the ball game. You can argue, you can say a few things, but when you start to show that umpire up with the flip of the bat, the toss of the helmet, I admire Dale Scott for keeping his cool and not immediately tossing Dion James, realizing the situation here in the division championship.
It's Garcia moving in to help out. Garcia and Jim McKean are co-crew chiefs.
Dion can't believe it. Watch Wilson reach for it. He has to really go off the plate inside, and that's what Dion is questioning Dale Scott. I'd say a lot of patience in Dale Scott because they made a little contact right there, too.
Regular season, he's gone right there.
You bet. Also give some credit to Richie Garcia, one of the crew chiefs out here, veteran umpire. He comes in to try to calm things down at the home plate area, too. But the flip of the bat, the toss of the helmet, that'll be worth a few bucks.
Fine, but still playing. Dion James, runner at first, 2 down now. Jim Leyritz towards shortstop. Soho's there. Force at second. Goes to Cora, and they get Mattingly. So no runs, a base runner left on. The Yankees have left 1 in each of the first 4 innings.
Called a strike. It would have been strike 3. Now Dale Scott moves in. You can see the catcher, Dan Wilson, reaching.
Can he make the play? Fernandez!
Oh.
No, not in time. What a great play by Tony Fernandez, and here comes Buck Showalter to argue with Jim McKean. Infield single for Joey Cora.
Number 1, how did Tony Fernandez even get rid of the ball? And number 2, how did he throw it accurately to Don Mattingly? Fernandez was in shallow left field when he released that throw over to Don Mattingly. So in the last inning, we've had a couple of controversial calls. The strike 3 call, I admire Dale Scott in the way he handled it. I don't necessarily agree with his call. Haven't had a chance to look at this one again. We'll see how Jim McKean fares in this one.
Buck Showalter, as much as he's arguing about that play, he's also arguing to get things evened up a little from his point of view with the umpiring crew.
Watch Fernandez. Total extension, and then with the underhand flip, there's the throw to Mattingly. Here it comes. Wow. I think it was there.
I think he was out.
Boy, that's a close play. We've had some close ones in these 2 games. Think of the 3 that Vince Coleman had going up the line.
But judges, juries, and umpires render verdicts, not the public.
We've seen it in slow-mo. Here it is in real time. Bang, bang. You make the call. Jim McKean didn't have as many opportunities as we've had.
A 2-strike count. Coleman, runner at first base. Coleman down to third. Wade Boggs. Force at second. Velarde not in time on Coleman. Boggs coming up big again at third base.
Not ever a chance for a double play, but a great play by Boggs to get the force and at least turning out of that play. Good hard slide by Joey Cora. Even though Randy Velarde tried to turn two, there really never was an opportunity to double up Coleman.
2-strike count again. Coleman not running. Soho down to third. Wade Boggs. Velarde. Ooh, he got taken out. Could not get the throw off as Coleman nailed him. That's twice he's been tagged at second base trying to make the pivot.
I tell you what, you're just a target out there as a second baseman in these last two double play situations. Ask Randy Velarde. One runner was Joey Cora. Fortunately, they're not big guys, but they're fast guys who get there in a hurry. Watch Coleman. Tries to give him a little elbow on the knee.
He was going to be out whether he'd gotten underneath the tag or anything else, even if he'd missed the bag the way he went at second baseman Randy Velarde. But Coleman doing what he's got to do. Let's see whether or not Griffey can take advantage of that effort by Coleman. 1-0 lead for the Mariners here in the 5th inning. Ground ball, second base, Velarde over to Mattingly. No runs, a base hit. One left on, still 1-0 Mariners.
Up and sitting at home.
Ask Jimmy Key about that. Here's the 2-2. He's got one towards the gap. It'll fall in. Griffey over to cut it off. Here's Fernandez going to second to throw. In time, he got him. Having to turn 360 degrees, Ken Griffey Jr. nails Tony Fernandez at second base.
What a tremendous throw, and I thought for a moment the little bobble would allow Tony Fernandez to reach second base. He hits this ball hard. Keep in mind, a little rain slows up the turf, but the bobble right there I thought would allow Tony to get to second. Heads up play, he stays with it, and then fires a rocket to second base to nail Fernandez.
Joey Cora putting the tag on. You saw Tino Martinez making the call on the out. Martinez was down there to back the play up, giving that big out sign. What a big play right there in a 1-0 ball game to get the leadoff batter at second base after the single.
And you know what? You cannot fault Tony Fernandez at all in trying to get to second base. The ball was into left center. Ken Griffey Jr. throws left-handed. He has to turn completely around as you described. Came up and fired a strike to Cora.
Talking about rising to the occasion. Randy Velarde went around on that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes on him.
Boy, that'll pump up a pitcher too, a play like that.
Lead off.
The best hitter he's ever worked with, a guy who could get a hit just about any time he wanted, Wade Boggs, and a hard worker.
3-2, and he draws the walk. So he fought Bennis. Third walk given up by Andy Bennis. Boggs is on with a 2-out walk here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Lou Pinella's Mariners leading this game 1-0 on Vince Coleman's home run in the 3rd inning. 18 home runs, 82 RBIs, those career highs Tommy was talking about. A 2-0 count here. And he hits that one to the gap in left center field. Vince Coleman giving chase, will not get to it. Wade Boggs over to third. Boggs being waved home. There'll be no play on him. Tie game. 1-1.
Been painting the outside part of the plate on the 2-0 pitch. He had to get a little bit more of the plate, and Bernie Williams got a lot of the baseball. Once it gets by Vince Coleman, that allowed Boggs. He's still hampered by that left hamstring. It's heavily wrapped. I tell you what, he didn't think about a hamstring pull when he scored from first on that.
A huge 2-out hit for Bernie Williams. A double and an RBI, bringing Boggs home to tie the game up. Paul O'Neill. And he pops it up, second base. And it'll be played there by Cora. But this one's tied up on the RBI double by Bernie Williams. It's 1-1. Bernie Williams with the RBI double. He had 2 RBIs and 3 hits in the game last night. What a finish to this season he's having.
Well, ever since he moved up to the number 2 spot and Boggs went to the number 1 spot, they used to keep Bernie down in the 6, 7, or 8 spot in the lineup. But he has really been a catalyst at the top of the lineup, getting some big hits, clutch base hits, career highs in the home runs and RBI department.
We're out there when O'Neill popped that ball up. This one drilled deep to left field by Martinez in the corner. Can't be gotten as James goes down. Second base, Martinez, a stand-up double as he ripped it down the line. And the leadoff man on in the 6th for the Mariners. He has now been on base 6 of the 8 times that he has come to bat in this series. Edgar Martinez.
You just don't know where to pitch him. He'll take the ball the other way. You get something on the inner part of the plate, and he can pull it. Gets a lot of drive from his legs, and a couple of years ago had a severely bad hamstring pull that limited his action. He took off some weight from the legs, and that took away a little power. This year, he's bulked up a little bit, got the strength in the legs, he's put it all together.
Double for Martinez. Jay Buhner to right field. It'll back up O'Neill near the warning track. Runner tagging. Martinez will go over to third on the deep fly ball by Jay Buhner. Here's Mike Blowers. Infield drawn in. Fernandez stops it. Martinez stops. Play was made to Velarde, who gets the out. What a play! Fernandez to Velarde to Mattingly, and Martinez had to stay at third.
Right now, Edgar Martinez is second-guessing himself a little bit. As soon as he saw Tony Fernandez extend to his left on this diving play, watch, he's holding. Right about here is when he thinks about going. And then Tony Fernandez alertly flips it to Randy Velarde. If Velarde's not alert, that play's never made. What a great effort by Fernandez and Velarde. And right about there was where Edgar Martinez at third took a couple of steps toward the plate and thought about going.
That is as fine a baseball play as you will see. Fernandez to Randy Velarde to Mattingly.
Make sure the ball goes through. So the ball was hit hard. It didn't go through. Then he saw Fernandez extended onto the ground. He thought, I got a chance. Then he saw the flip. He said, no, I don't.
And a line drive left field. What a big hit for Tino Martinez. After that great play, Martinez delivers a 2-out single, scoring Edgar Martinez. And here's Tino Martinez, who has moved down in the order because the Yankees were starting a lefty. What's he done? He's gone 2 for 3 and delivered an RBI that puts the M's back on top.
Well, we talked about how he's hit left-handers so well this year. Gets a breaking ball out over the plate. He hits the ball to all fields, doesn't try to pull everything. And a big base hit for the Mariners to bring home Edgar Martinez.
And it is a 2-1 lead for Seattle. Dan Wilson, the catcher. 2 down. They got him picked off again. Tino Martinez tagged out by Mattingly. The second pickoff by Andy Pettitte in this game, and a league-leading 14 on the year. As much as we are, Mariners lead at 2-1. Our MCI proof positive replay. You'll have to replay this one a lot just to believe. Look at this.
He is not running on this pickoff. There's no way that Tino Martinez is going to try to steal a base. Dan Wilson was the hitter. Piniella can't believe it because now Dan Wilson will be leading the inning off. Let's say Dan Wilson makes the last out with Tino not being picked off. Now he has Joey Cora to lead the inning off next inning.
A real leadoff batter, batting ninth. 2 pickoffs tonight for him. Andy Bennis goes back to work with a lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning against Ruben Sierra. Well, this is a pitching matchup and a great defensive battle going on here with Bennis and Andy Pettitte. Drill to right field. Ruben Sierra. Put the mustard on her, baby. Goodbye, home run.
great Andy Bennis knew that he got too much of the plate with that slider. You know, a lot of guys don't do this when they hit home runs, but then again, a lot of guys don't hit them that far and never get the opportunity.
A lot of guys don't hit home runs.
During the season, 44 RBIs and 215 at-bats for Ruben Sierra. Bennis made a mistake, and he knew it.
This game is tied on one swing of the bat by Ruben Sierra. 2 home runs now in the series. He had 19 during the regular season, 7 of those coming as a Yankee. Mattingly. The fans want a dinger out of him. He takes the pitch down low from Bennis. Andy Bennis gave up 8 home runs during the regular season. 3 of them by right-handers, 5 by left-handers. This one by Mattingly. Oh, hang on to the roof. Goodbye, home run. Don Mattingly. Pulling his team off the field as items are being thrown, including, as you see there, a bottle, probably plastic by the looks of it. But Piniella immediately came out. Now Pinella's been hit by something, a program thrown at him, and he came out and pulled his team off the field.
There was stuff thrown on the field in the ballgame last night with the Mariners on the defense that upset a lot of the players.
His first postseason home run.
1,785 regular season games, and that's a home run trot. Gets a fastball that Bennis tries to go down and in, and Donnie Baseball drops ahead of the bat. 4 for 6 in 2 games. He doesn't put the mustard on it like Sierra. He runs around the bases the way they used to.
The way the captain of a Yankees would do it. The co-crew chief, Rich Garcia, the umpire, with Lou Piniella. It was more than just paper that was thrown out on the field. And that's when Piniella came out and just pulled his team into the dugout.
The reason Lou did it so quickly is because he had some of his players complaining last night, telling him what was happening out there in the ball game last evening.
Now they'll come back out. Indians still leading in their game against the Red Sox, with Hershiser still pitching for them. Lou Piniella just to Andy Bennis. Keep going. Now Showalter's going to come over and talk to Garcia.
You know, just thinking about it, Gary, it also might be a well-timed timeout. Now, you can't call timeout in a baseball game as you can do in a basketball game when a team gets a little bit of a rally going.
It's a good point. And Bennis is gone, Tommy. Lou Piniella is taking him out of there after giving up back-to-back home runs to Sierra and Mattingly. The Yankees have a 3-2 lead. We are going to see Bill Risley, who pitched in last night's game, coming on for Bennis.
This is the last pitch that Bennis throws in the ball game. The fastball that stays right out over the plate. And thinking about the Piniella move, it also gave Risley an opportunity to throw a few more pitches down to the bullpen.
We have a wild game going here in Game Yankees up by 1. 28-year-old Bill Risley on in relief. Dion James the batter. The Yankees leading at 3-2. Andy Bennis out of there. The back-to-back home runs by Sierra and Mattingly taking him out of the game. The last 7 batters Bennis faced had 4 hits, a walk. And Bennis is gone and could be the losing pitcher in this game.
And it's forced Lou Piniella to make some moves that he really wasn't thinking about making before this ball game started.
Bill Risley, the 28-year-old right-hander, on in relief. Hit him! He hits Leyritz in the back. And Scott gets between them.
Well, it all goes back to earlier in the season. And it happened to be the same hitter. Randy Johnson hit Jim Leyritz. Leyritz gets hit by Bill Risley after a couple of home runs. Bad blood between the Mariners and the Yankees? I think there might be.
Getting badder.
Risley has a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and he just buries it in the back of Jim Leyritz.
When you're going to hit somebody, this is where you go at them, right here. And they got real close going down the line.
That in a lot better area than the pitch that Randy Johnson threw at Jim Leyritz.
So with 1 away here in the 6th inning, Leyritz is on, hit by Risley.
We talked about earlier in the year in Seattle, the big unit with a fastball deflected a little bit. Fortunately for Leyritz, before the ball caught him on the cheek, it was deflected off his forearm or shoulder. That created some bad blood between the Yankees and the Mariners. Some words were exchanged between Leyritz, Johnson, Buck Showalter. Leyritz even went to the point to say, meet me outside after the ball game. We'll take care of business there before this ball game tonight.
Here's the 2-2 delivery, hit in the air to shallow center field. Griffey coming in. Will put it away. That one off the end of the bat. But back-to-back homers, Sierra, Mattingly, Yankees up. We'll return after this from your local stations. Left fielder, we're going to have Gerald Williams coming in for Dion James. Defensive replacement in left field. Andy Pettitte's gone the distance for the Yankees in this game. Has walked 3, struck out none. 2 runs on 6 hits off him.
First baseman Paul Sereno. It should have been a double play, but it didn't happen that way. But Vizquel with a big base hit, driving in the only 2 runs in this game.
Ossenmacher comes on to face Vaughn, who only hit around .250 against left-handers this year.
We are back at Yankee Stadium after Dan Wilson flied to right. Joey Cora delivering that double in the gap in right center field. And Cora now has gone 2 for 3 against Andy Pettitte in this game.
We talked about how valuable Joey Cora has been to the Seattle Mariners. Hit second last night. He was moved down to the number 9 spot, but that pitch out over the plate, Joey Cora showed a little power, the opposite field, fooled Paul O'Neill with that power.
He represents the potential tying run for the Mariners. Coleman down to third. Wade Boggs! Can he do it again? No! And here comes Buck Showalter again. Single for Coleman. The runner, however, Cora, had to stay at second base. And Buck Showalter came out of that dugout as though he were ejected from a jet plane cockpit. I mean, I think he missed every step. He went from the bottom to the field.
Well, how many times now have we seen Vince Coleman go up the line? The 4th time he finally got one.
The 2nd time, Tommy, in these 2 games, he's fallen over the bag.
We've seen Boggs go to his left. Here he goes to his right, covering a lot of ground with the sore left hamstring. Then he comes up and fires. He gets something on it. Check it out. Boy, they're all bang, bang. They're all about the same time. What an effort by Boggs, and that's why Cora has to stay at second base. Actually, I think the lunge and by Coleman tumbling a little bit really confuses Jim McKeon.
Look at the Yankee bench.
This is what's going through the bench. They're all umpires right now. Jack McDowell, who's pitching Friday, all of a sudden he becomes an American League umpire. Wow.
This is what it's all about.
Put this in your computer and throw it around. Joey Cora's at second base. When Wade Boggs releases the throw after the diving catch, if he takes off for third, Don Mattingly probably comes off the bag, gets a throw, and goes back to third with a throw. And Coleman's safe. And then you don't know what's going to happen at third. So that's what Cora's thinking while that play is taking place. No slow-mo here. This is what Jim McKeon is seeing.
Wow. Starts. 1-2, a long look back at second base. Soho drills it up the middle for a base hit. Bernie Williams in to get it. Joey Cora coming to the plate, and we are tied again. An RBI single by Soho has brought home Joey Cora. Coleman goes over to third. Game is tied at 3.
Center fielder, Griffey.
Well, a couple of things happen on this base hit. Number one, great location by Soho to send it back up the middle. Then it kind of dies into the outfield grass. Because of that, Coleman easily goes over to third base and makes it a tougher situation with one down and runners at the corners.
Soho's first RBI of this division series. First and third, one away. Coleman a huge lead at third. This ball hit high in the air by Griffey. Shallow left. Gerald Williams. Coleman tagging. He's coming. The throw to the plate cut off. Boggs. Runner scores. Throw to second in time, but the run will count. Soho is thrown out at second base, but Coleman crossed the plate before the out, and the Mariners lead at 4-3.
Well, for a moment, I thought that defensive move by Buck Showalter might pay off, but Gerald Williams comes up on this catch on a shallow fly ball. Maybe a little surprise, does not make a good throw. Vince Coleman scores. Heads up by Wade Boggs to take it on to second base as Velarde sweeps the tag onto Luis Soho.
Haven't seen enough, just hang on. That ends up being a sacrifice fly, and Coleman making sure it counts, pointing to the plate as the umpire did. Yeah, the run counts, you got there. Gerald Williams' throw had to be cut off, so it's a sacrifice fly for Griffey, as Griffey picks up his 4th RBI of this series, and now we'll see the man we were talking about coming in to save a game, but he's coming on here in the 7th inning. Norm Charlton in relief facing Wade Boggs. RBI in his last at bat. George Steinbrenner's gone down to the video replay room talking to the media about the plays. He wasn't happy with the umpiring last night. What's he going to be saying after this one tonight? Mercy, this has been a good one, and it is not over. Paul O'Neill. O'Neill is a 1 for 3, 2 for 6 in the series. Backs off on the left-hander. Down low, ball 1.
Not to mention with Charlton a big heart, but a nasty forkball and a tough fastball.
O'Neill, a .259 hitter against southpaws this year. Strike called, and O'Neill's arguing. Man, regular season we wouldn't have anybody left to play in this game, nor would we have a manager.
Ball is down, and that's what Paul O'Neill is saying to the home plate umpire Dale Scott.
That one a little lower even. 2 balls and 1 strike.
I have to wonder if Dale Scott was a little intimidated reading the papers today as to what George Steinbrenner had to say about him, about his call at first base last night.
2-1. Oh, yeah, tie game. Paul O'Neill, goodbye into the night of New York.
better than this. I don't know where you have to go. Fastball up, right out over for Paul O'Neill to get the little leg kick and drive on. Never a doubt once it left his bat.
Left-hander against left-hander. His 10th home run of the year off a southpaw 4-4 game. Third home run for the Yankees in this ball game. And Ruben Sierra, but one of the other three will stand in here against Norm Charlton. Paul O'Neill, a king-size effort off Norm Charlton, the left-hander. Corner. O'Neill a 2-for-4 game now. The Reds have taken a lead on a Barry Larkin RBI single in the 8th inning. Reds trying to go up 2-0 in that series.
Lou Piniella, as a manager of the Reds, worked with Paul O'Neill to get him to drive the ball and get more distance, to be more of a home run hitter.
Outside corner, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Sierra's not happy, but who is?
He's going to stay consistent with it and call it on Paul O'Neill. He drops the forkball in there on Sierra and does it again.
Struck him out, and Sierra comes right back to the home plate umpire, Dale Scott. 4-4 game. Norm Charlton gave up only 1 home run to a left-hander during the regular season. He had 45 at-bats by southpaws against him, and he gave up 1 here to left-handed hitting Paul O'Neill to tie this ball game up at 4-4 going to the 8th inning. Bob Wickman has come on for the Yankees in replace of Andy Pettitte, who did an outstanding job in his first ever postseason start for the rookie. He will be non-decisioned in this one, as this game is now to the bullpens as far as the pitchers are concerned.
Well, and Bob Wickman of the good sinking fastball. We saw Andy Bennis, a fly ball pitcher. Bob Wickman is just the opposite. Gets a lot of ground ball outs.
Martinez. George Steinbrenner with all the press laying out, I'm sure, a discussion about the umpiring so far in these 2 games. And so it goes.
Tim Belcher in the bullpen. He may have to use him in this game.
Yankees won the first one last night, of course. Strike 3 call. Martinez. Pettitte didn't strike anybody out. Wickman strikes out the first man he faces.
We talked about the sinker, but just to keep the hitters honest, Bob Wickman throws a slider, and he was able to put that slider in a perfect spot to the American League batting champ.
2-2 again. Got him! In the 6th inning, after Sierra had led the inning off with 1, Mattingly got it, both against Andy Bennis, and that chased Bennis out of the game on this swing of the bat. Mattingly cannot hold up on Norm Charlton. The left-hander gets him. Charlton with a couple of strikeouts now, 1 away in the 8th.
Well, Norm Charlton didn't change the menu to Don Mattingly. A steady diet of forkballs. He finally gets him to strike out.
Charlton has started the season with the Phillies. Got moved around, ended up at Seattle when Lou Piniella decided he wanted him after he had been released.
Sacrifice fly by Ken Griffey.
This one drilled deep to left field, right down the line. It is a foul ball.
You can almost say he was ahead in the game if that ball's out, though.
Almost anteed up a little more right there, Tommy. First at bat for Gerald Williams since coming on as the defensive replacement in the 7th.
He kicks and fires on a pitch that he was able to jerk, a pitch that was on the inside part of the plate, but he hooked it just foul.
Just 318 down that line here at Yankee Stadium. Norm Charlton, a 1-2 delivery, off speed to short. Long throw, Soho. He got it. 2 down in the 8th inning. Story of this game right from the beginning. 2 down, runner on at first base. Broken bat to third base. Force at second. Blowers goes to Cora, and they get Leyritz there. It remains at Yankee Stadium 4-4. Welcome back here to Yankee Stadium. This one lined by Diaz into left field. The pinch hitter, Alex Diaz, hitting for the catcher, Dan Wilson, delivers a pinch hit single leading off the 9th in a 4-4 ball game. On at first base with a pinch hit single. 1-1. Cora drops a good one down to first. Wickman's got to go to the bag. Mattingly got back to cover it. Another sacrifice for Cora, moving Diaz down to second base with one away. Right here, he's got Steve Howe, the left-hander, and John Wetland, the right-hander, warming up in the bullpen. Wickman will come out, and Wetland, the right-hander, is going to come on. So Diaz on at second base, top of the 9th inning, game tied at 4. Credit Joey Cora with getting it done again. Another good sacrifice. 1-3 on that putout. And the potential go-ahead run is now on at second base.
John Wetland right here with the runner at second base, and 1 down, wants to retire the first 2 hitters to get out of the inning. Vince Coleman, Luis Sojo. The next hitter, Ken Griffey Jr. Back in August, Jr. hit a game-winning home run, a 9th inning shot off Wetland to win the ball game.
While he warms up, we're going to check in with Hannah Storm. Hannah, well, here we go. Big at-bat right here. Wetland on. Alex Diaz at second base, 1 down. Vince Coleman, a home run and a single and 4 at-bats in this game. Goes after the first Wetland delivery and fouls it back, strike 1. 29-year-old John Wetland. 0-2 again. Got him! Called strike 3. And Coleman didn't like it.
Coleman doesn't have an argument. That was just a great pitch. Wetland dropped the breaking ball in and fooled him because Coleman had seen nothing but fastballs. Good pitch by Wetland. And I think Buck Showalter also, Gary, showing us a little bit what he thinks of this game, too, by bringing Wetland in this situation, a tie ball game, normally bringing him in a save situation.
2-strike count, 2 down. Diaz off second base. Struck him out! Seven pitches, all strikes by Wetland. Yankee Stadium, the bottom of the 9th inning in a 4-4 game. Norm Charlton on the mound for Seattle. Tommy, we were speaking about the fact the runner gets on, it gets even tougher for him.
Yeah, Diaz stays in the game after picking up his pinch hit single. Widger hits in Coleman's spot.
Grounded toward short. Soho the long throw, and Velarde, the leadoff batter, is retired in the bottom of the 9th inning. Strike 3 called. Wade Boggs retired on 3 pitches by Norm Charlton, who has struck out 3, and there are 2 down in the Yankees' half of the 9th inning.
You don't see that very often. Boggs up there. You almost have to say 3 perfect pitches by the left-hander Norm Charlton to get a lifetime .330 hitter out.
Boggs struck out only 50 times all year. There are 2 down. Bernie Williams.
Times like that, you just have to go back to the dugout and say, I'll get him next time.
Yep.
Jump out after it as a hitter. All of a sudden, it turns into a good pitch.
Charlton with a 1-2 delivery. Swung on and missed. They are retired in order. He's thrown 30 pitches, 22 of them for strikes, and this game's going to go to the 10th inning. Hannah keeping us updated on all of the other 3 series going on. This one's going on to the 10th inning. There's your line score over regulation. 4-11-1 for the Mariners. The error did not result in any unearned run. The Yankees 4-7-0.
The other thing going through Lou Piniella's mind, the longest outing of the year for Norm Charlton was a 3-inning performance on July 24th. Granted, early in his career, Charlton was a starting pitcher. He started some ball games, started some games for Piniella in 1990 for that World Series Cincinnati team. But after elbow surgery in '94, you have to wonder how much longer Charlton will stay out there.
There is John Wetland, who's on the mound for the Yankees. And he's got to start with this thunderous middle of the lineup.
We talked about that game winner, Junior, against Wetland. And it's hard to believe that was the first ever game-winning home run in the 9th inning that Ken Griffey Jr. had ever hit.
Now he faces Wetland again in the 10th inning, leading it off. Griffey in this ball game, a single and an RBI sacrifice fly. 1 for 3 in the game, 4 for 8 in the series. Count. Out in front of an off-speed pitch. Good pitch by Wetland. Randy Velarde. Griffey's retired, 1 down.
It's a good pitch, a good call.
Thanks you, Hannah, and they just won't die, and they're not supposed to. This one drilled by Jay Buhner down the line. It's a fair ball. Williams over to get it. Buhner's going to try for 2. Williams throw off the mark. Buhner's in with a 2-out double in the 10th inning. His second hit of the ball game, a single and a double for Jay Buhner.
And wouldn't you know, it'd come down to ex-Yankees.
Again.
Buhner's double, and here comes Mike Blowers. Buhner just turns on it. He's a good fastball hitter. He's able to turn on that pitch. Tricky play into the corner, played nicely by Gerald Williams to come up with a good throw, but not in time. And it won't be Blowers. Another one of the role players the Mariners have been able to use this year very well. Comes off the bench. Has gotten some key base hits for Lou Piniella. Is Doug Strange. Strange will be the hitter.
Interesting. Piniella makes the move after last night. The game ended when Blowers was struck out by John Wetland in the 9th inning. 3-2 delivery towards second base. Randy Velarde over. Pitcher's got to cover, and Wetland gets there. No runs, a double, and 1 left on. We'll be back. The 95 Division Series, the Yankees and the Mariners, after this from your local station.
Forkball.
Charlton with a 2-2 delivery off the high kick, and he got him. That's 5 strikeouts now for Norm Charlton in this game. O'Neill retired, 1 away in the bottom of the 10th.
5 strikeouts, no walks in his now longest outing of the year. Gets him to chase the fork.
Doing some yeoman's work here.
1 out. He also doesn't want him to pull one through the hole on the right side.
2-0 delivery. Mattingly down to first. Great stop made. Martinez 1. Back to the bag. They double it up. And the defensive plays in this game continue. Tino Martinez coming off the bag. We go to the 11th inning, 4-4.
Score, it's been long balls and defense all night. Tino Martinez has never won a Gold Glove, but he turns in a beauty of a 3-6-3 double play. Mattingly did get a ball he could pull, but he pulled it right to the Mariner first baseman.
Because he was holding, coming off the bag, able to make the play. Now Tino Martinez leads it off here in the 11th inning. John Wetland continuing here, came on and got the final 2 outs in the 9th here in this game. So Jeff Nelson warming up in the bullpen. Maybe coming on for Seattle. It rolls on. Got him called! Strike 3 and yet another complaint. This one from Alex Diaz.
Well, at least the complaint department has been open on both sides tonight. But what Wetland does, we've seen him do it a couple of times, he freezes hitters. He was able to do it with Vince Coleman when he came on in the 9th inning. He shows them so many fastballs, freezes them with curveballs and sliders. That slider right there. Alex Diaz, a pretty good beef if you watch where Jim Leyritz makes the catch.
There's been a lot of mediation going on tonight because there have been lots of arguments.
You don't have to read his lips to hear him say that was low.
In that series. 3-2, grounded down to first. Mattingly looked twice, but he's got it. Cora's retired. Wetland retires the side in order. Yankees coming up in the bottom of the 11th. Lou Piniella and the Mariners and the Yankees are tied at 4-4. Norm Charlton did a heck of a job for him.
Super performance by Norm Charlton. He's not mad at leaving the game. He's still upset at the pitch he made to Paul O'Neill that tied the game.
Jeff Nelson coming on in relief. The 28-year-old right-hander. Who does he face? Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry is coming on to hit for Gerald Williams. First appearance in these two games to take on Nelson, who did not have a good outing last night. Worked a third of an inning, a run on a hit. Strawberry takes the first pitch for a strike. 1-2 delivery by Nelson. Swung on and missed. Took something off that, and Strawberry is retired. So Nelson wins the battle, one down in the bottom half of the 11th inning.
Well, Jeff Nelson stayed with the pitch that got him ahead in the count. Comes back again with that breaking ball, the sweeping breaking pitch in the outside corner. All three of those strikes in the same place.
Kind of in unison there. One down. Strawberry retired, probably stay in the game and play in left field. Fernandez, 2 for 4 lifetime against Nelson. Takes the called strike 3. So Nelson comes on and retires the Yankees in order. We have now completed 11 at Yankee Stadium and are still tied. Chris Widger gets his first at-bat for the Mariners, leading off the 12th inning. Takes it inside for a ball from John Wetland. Widger's come on as the catcher. Velarde has moved out to left field now. They do not leave Strawberry in. And Pat Kelly takes over at second base.
Well, it helps when you have versatile players, and Randy Velarde certainly is that. We've talked about his ability to play the infield. Darryl Strawberry's had troubles in the outfield.
Via Paul O'Neill's home run in that inning. Breaking ball got him. Boy, Wetland is strong tonight. 4 strikeouts for him. Widger's retired. One away in the 12th.
Still dropping that breaking pitch in, getting strikeouts. We talked about Norm Charlton.
Griffey coming to the plate in game 1, 4th inning against David Cone last night. He delivered a solo shot, leading that 4th inning off. He came up again in the 7th inning, again against David Cone, a 2-run homer. Now he stands in with 2 down and nobody on in the 12th inning.
Like what David Cone said, he said, I could have blamed my blister. He said, I just made some bad pitches. And how about what Griffey said before this series started? Told his teammates, you can get on my back and ride me through the playoffs.
They're ready to gallop right now. And they have been. They've answered the call. 4-4. Griffey with an RBI in this game, 4 in the series. He drills it deep to right field towards the gap. 385. My goodbye. Home run. He has done it again. His teammates were on board and he delivered. Get on my back and ride it. It is a 5-4 Seattle lead as Junior delivers his 3rd home run of this series.
John Wetland got himself in that spot. He had to make a pretty good pitch, and Griffey drills it. As soon as the pitch was out over the plate, you knew that he was able to get some extension on the fastball, drive it into those right center field seats. As soon as Wetland made the pitch, and as soon as it was hit, he knew where it was going.
John Wetland, like a lot of pitchers, does not want to see Griffey again at the plate. Griffey delivers the home run. He has now had 2 home runs in 3 at-bats against Wetland. Watch that bench.
They're getting ready to get on and ride. And that's what they want. They know they're in a position right now to split in New York, and that's what they were hoping for.
A home run by Ken Griffey Jr., the 13th hit of this game for the Mariners, and they have taken a 5-4 lead. It comes with 2 down in the 12th inning. 2 for 3 in his career. 2 for 3 against Wetland. Both of them home runs. And maybe another game winner. Swung on and but for that one pitch, and a base hit to right field by Edgar Martinez. He's got his second hit of the game. O'Neill gets it back in, and Martinez continues to shine in this series. A double and a single in this game. Buck Showalter is on his way out. He was buying some time for the bullpen with a couple of visits and a discussion.
Well, I think he's seen a tiring John Wetland. We talked about the many pitches he's thrown, working here his longest outing. Made a couple of mistakes.
Wetland will leave, but he did do an excellent job in relief. Ken Griffey Jr. with a 2-out homer here in the 12th inning, giving the Mariners a 5-4 lead. He can drill it. A line drive, 385 mark, coming off John Wetland, who has left the game. And it hurts right now. Mariano Rivera, out of Panama City, Panama, on in relief, 25-year-old right-hander for the Yankees.
Well, you saw that shot of John Wetland. Norm Charlton, John Wetland, a couple of real warriors coming out of bullpens. You knew that one of them might get burned.
Question was who was going to get burned last. And that's still to be determined here. Norm Charlton's out of the game after 4 good innings. And Wetland out of there, hoping the Yankees can hold it right here. They'll get another shot at it in the bottom half of the 12th inning.
Say, this youngster can fire, Mariano Rivera, and you don't see much shorter fastballs from him than you did from John Wetland.
Jay Buhner up, runner at first base, 2 down. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed just like that. That's it. Rivera gets the strikeout. Griffey has got the go-ahead RBI for the moment. Mariners, Yankees, more after this from your local station. The Yankees get the chance, bottom half of the 12th inning. Jeff Nelson, the loser in last night's game, a chance to get the victory in this one. Randy Velarde leading it off, Wade Boggs, and then Bernie Williams.
Middle of the plate, try to get the righty to chase it.
There you go, Randy Velarde, the 3rd strikeout victim of Jeff Nelson, one away in the Yankee half of the 12th.
Good movement, takes it away, maybe even off the plate, but a tough pitch to lay off of if you're a right-handed hitter with 2 strikes.
Lou Piniella positioning the outfield.
Hey, he's had Tim Belcher warming up also, so that may make a decision.
The Yankees get the potential tying run on with 1 out in the 12th inning. Now they have Bernie Williams coming up, batting 2nd in the order, with O'Neill on deck.
If Buck Showalter makes a move, of course, Boggs has that sore left hamstring.
Probably will come out of the game for a pinch runner.
That'd be Jorge Posada, the youngster they kept on the roster. He's a 3rd catcher. And right here, Buck Showalter is going to utilize his abilities as a pinch runner. Get a little more speed with Boggs nursing that left hamstring.
5-4. Jeff Nelson delivers and missed outside, ball 1. Bernie Williams, an RBI double in the 5th inning, has 1 hit in 5 at-bats in this game.
Boy, I didn't waste any time for Lou Piniella. to make the call to the bullpen. We told you he had veteran Tim Belcher down there warming up. He's bringing him in.
Did not like what he's seeing from Nelson on the last couple of pitches, so Nelson's gone. Belcher's in. It's in the postseason where the starters become relievers, and 33-year-old right-hander Tim Belcher will make his first relief appearance since 1993, when pitching with the Chicago White Sox. He had a relief appearance as a starter.
And he also made one in the league championship series in '93. Picked up a win against the Toronto Blue Jays for the White Sox. Game 4.
So at Yankee Stadium, bottom half of the 12th inning, the Mariners have a 5-4 lead on Ken Griffey's home run in the top of the 12th. Boggs has drawn the walk. Posada's come on as the pinch runner for him with one down, and Bernie Williams stands in with a 1-0 count on him. 1,000+ still here, most. 3-2-1 down. Delivery to Williams. He walked him. Tim Belcher watched the first man he faces. Yankees have 2 on, 1 away. Paul O'Neill, a .290 hitter with runners in scoring position. Yankees down a run down the left field line. It is a looper. Diaz charging. Oh, what a play! What a catch! They were playing O'Neill to pull the ball. Diaz ran a country mile. A sprawling catch. The runners still at first and second and 2 down.
A few innings back, when Diaz pinch hit, Lou Piniella didn't hesitate to keep him in the ball game and stick him in left field. Vince Coleman left, and Griffey Jr. A long way to go, keeps the concentration, and a 3-point landing.
Paul O'Neill was closer than he thought to a base hit on this.
Now he's mad just as the way he hit the ball, not thinking that it had a chance even to be a base hit.
Lou Piniella went out to have a word with Tim Belcher. Tim Belcher, with 5 saves in his career, is in a save situation here. 2 down. Yankees with 2 on. Ruben Sierra. Outside corner strike. Lou Piniella so far has registered a 5-mile walk over there. Swung on left field. Diaz back at the wall. Diaz looking off the top of the wall. One run in. Yankees can win it. Relay throw coming. Soho throw to the plate, and they got him. It's tied up. The game is tied. Soho on the relay to take out Bernie Williams will end the inning. Posada scored. Ruben Sierra, the RBI. We go to the 13th inning, tied at 5. Ruben Sierra has tied the game up. He's got 2 RBIs in it.
Sierra showing his power the opposite way. He thinks he may have hit one out. Doesn't really matter how he runs. And Diaz gets caught in between. Went back, thought he was going to make a play, and then got too close to the wall. Comes up with a good throw to the cutoff man, and the relay to the plate is perfect.
Soho made that relay throw, and it was a good one. Leyritz back, puts it away.
And you cannot fault third base coach Willie Randolph sending Bernie Williams. You send him, you take the chance. It took a perfect play by the Mariners, 7-6-2 to get the out.
What a ball game. Tim Belcher angry with himself. Doug Strange has popped out to Leyritz. Russ Davis has come on to play third base for the Yankees. Boggs came out for a pinch runner. Mattingly. 1-2-3 inning for Rivera on just 6 pitches. Pacing and pacing and pacing. 2-2 again by Belcher. Mattingly, base hit.
some tough pitches that Belcher threw to the plate. Finally got a pitch that he could drive up the middle. And I'd say the captain has certainly risen to postseason. What is he, 5 for 9 now?
6th time he's reached base in 2 games. 4 times he's been on tonight. 3 hits tonight. Could be the game-winning run. Looking for the...
He's the best bunter the Yankees have on their ball club.
He squares. He drops it. It's a good one. Martinez gets it over to Fermin, covering. A sacrifice for Pat Kelly. Mattingly to second base. 1 out. 2-0 the count. Leyritz, a tapper. Mattingly's holding at second base. Play at first, got him. The ball hit over towards the third base side, so Mattingly had to stay there. Leyritz retired on the play by Belcher, 2 down.
It's really a tough call if you're the base runner. If you have a lot of speed, you probably end up at third base. Mattingly's just trying to play it safe. He knows he's the winning run, so he at least wants to stay there. If he takes off, Belcher can come off, maybe make a play at third.
Strategy discussion. Lou Piniella out. Fernandez, the switch hitter, coming up. Then Randy Velarde. 2 down. Potential winning run on at second base for the Yankees.
The obvious is there. First base is open. Tony Fernandez is a switch hitter. But you never know. Piniella may know that Belcher's had great success against Tony Fernandez and maybe not so good a success against Randy Velarde. But as I say that, you're shaking your head, so they'll probably put him on.
Fernandez is 7 for 20 against Tim Belcher.
Then you go ahead. His run doesn't mean a thing.
A .350 hitter off Belcher, so the decision is to walk him and face Randy Velarde instead.
Then you have the righty-righty matchup.
Randy Velarde is 2 for 9 off Belcher. The intentional pass, because, as Tommy says, that run doesn't matter. It's Mattingly at second base, the only thing that matters right now.
That's the other thing it helps out, too. It sets up a force out in the infield. If Velarde, let's say, hits a ball to deep short, makes it a little easier play for Soho to go to second base as opposed to maybe throwing it away at first base.
Back at Mattingly twice. 1-2 delivery. Popped up. Maybe playable. Tino Martinez, first baseman. Foul territory, got it. And Belcher works his way out of it, and the strategy of Lou Piniella works. We've now completed 13 innings. 5-5. Welcome back to Yankee Stadium. Gary Thorne, Tommy Hutton, and all of our crew. It has been a magnificent playoff game. 5-5. We are going to the top of the 14th inning. Mariano Rivera, the 25-year-old right-hander, is on for the Yankees. Felix Fermin, getting his first at-bat, came on as a defensive replacement at second base in the last inning for Joey Cora. 0-2 the count. Whoa! No ladder tall enough for that one. Rivera gets his second strikeout. Fermin down, 1 away in the 14th.
Especially with a Rivera fastball. We told you he has it up there in the mid-90s. And Felix Fermin has no chance right there.
1 away, second strikeout for Mariano Rivera. Seattle Mariners and the Yankees over 3,000 miles where they're going to get there. And the question is how many more innings? 2 down.
Well, you can see why the Yankees like Mariano Rivera. Good slider right there to go along with that 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
6 batters. Nobody's hit the ball out of the infield. He struck out 3. Has got its meter running. Do you know that? After he brought a lot of cash. The 1-2 struck him out. Mariano Rivera strikes out the side. 7 batters. Nobody's got it out of the infield off him. Back from your local stations. 14th inning. For Davis, it'll be his first at-bat. Coming on to play third for Boggs, who had a pinch runner. that took him out of the game. 2-2 delivery to Davis. Base hit. A leadoff single by Russ Davis in the bottom half of the 14th. 8th inning. Davis at first base. 3-2 delivery. Bernie Williams line drive chance for 2. They got it. Felix Fermin. You cannot let that happen if you are Russ Davis. You have got to be sure that ball's through before you get that far off the base.
The only way you get doubled up is if you're going on the pitch, and he was not going. Not going. There's the pitch. It's right in front of him. Now, after 2 or 3 steps, it's too late, and a heads-up play by Fermin to double him off. He just shuffles off. He's not running on the 3-2 pitch. He picks the ball up too late and can't get back to the bag. A mistake by Russ Davis.
Sierra, second base. Felix Fermin. We've completed 14. Griffey will be coming up when we come back to go to the 15th inning.
Just how does
Ken Griffey Jr. here at Yankee Stadium will lead it off in the top of the 15th. Can he do it again? 2 for 5, a single. It's coming on in the game for the Yankees. 3-1 pitch. That one off the fist to center field. Bernie Williams. Griffey retired, 1 away in the 15th.
We haven't seen many examples of it, especially with Junior going deep. But every once in a while you see maybe the effects of the broken wrist.
1-2 delivery. Swung on, hit right up the middle. Right underneath the glove of Rivera. And Martinez. Mercy, mercy, folks. The umbrellas are going up. It is raining here in the 15th inning.
You talk about a batting champion and a beautiful swing. I know they do, but I hope the fans in Seattle appreciate getting the opportunity to watch Edgar Martinez and Ken Griffey Jr.
Jay Buhner. One-two delivery. Buhner rips it up the middle. He's got a base hit. Bernie Williams coming in to get it to hold the runner at second. Martinez stays there. And with 1 away, back-to-back singles by Martinez and Buhner have put runners on at first and second.
By a couple of things.
Buhner at first base. Already they're having to clean the cleats a little here as the infield dirt dampening. 3 balls, 2 strikes again. Strange takes it. Strike 3 called.
We've seen a lot of pitches in this same area all evening. Throughout the 15 innings, we've seen some even lower than that called strikes. So Strange really can't complain because Dale Scott's been consistent most of the night with that pitch that's down.
You got to know when you go up there. At this point, it's going to be a strike. First and second and 2 down. Tino Martinez. The call 3-0. Would you green light Tino Martinez here with 2 down? They did. He bloops it out to center field off the fist. Bernie Williams is there. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on. Bottom of the 15th from Yankee Stadium at 5-5. Don Mattingly against Tim Belcher in the bottom half of the 15th inning. A solo home run, 2 singles, and a walk in this game for Mattingly. There are careers being played here tonight, this morning.
Ball game knowing that if they make a mistake, they'll pay.
Mattingly to short. Soho to play. Got him. They had moved around, playing him to pull. So Luis Soho was towards that second base side, 1 away. Kelly in '93 had hit .273 for the Yankees as they watched from under the umbrella. 99 minutes and counting. time of this game. Walking. Third walk given up by Belcher. Kelly gets it with one away here in the 15th. Jim Leyritz coming to the plate. He's just getting the ear of his catcher, Widger. Just reminding him what he wants here with a runner on at first base, how he wants pitcher to throw. Lou Piniella hollering out the instructions. Jimmy Leyritz 0 for 5 and hit by a pitch. Rain continues to fall here at Yankee Stadium. One down. Oh, Widger, nice play. Oh, man.
He's shown some reasons why the Mariners have him as their backup catcher. Keeping the ball in front of him.
One away. Nobody playing for a bunt here with Leyritz up and a runner at first base. Missed inside on that one. 2 balls and no strikes. Not a big lead at first for Pat Kelly. The slider misses. 3-0.
Now, but just looking back, Gary, at my scorecard, then again, that's like reading a novel. But the Yankee bullpen has not walked anybody. Wickman, Wetland, Rivera. The Mariner bullpen has gotten by with a few walks. They've been walking that tightrope.
Dangerous territory. Wells will get ready in the bullpen now for Seattle.
You also have a team that is used to playing half of their schedule indoors. Not having to deal with the sloppy mound, the wet grass in the outfield, the rain coming down.
5-5 in the 15th. Raining a little harder. 3-0 count. Leyritz takes the strike. Belcher just puts it in there. 3-1.
Jimmy Leyritz, with the power of a guy who hit 17 last year, goes yard and wins it here in New York.
25-year-old Mariano Rivera will be the winning pitcher in this game, and the veteran Tim Belcher will take the loss. It took 5 hours and 13 minutes before Leyritz gets his revenge on Seattle. Involved in beanball incidents twice this year, including tonight. He gets a 2-run homer in the 15th inning.
We talked about all the mistakes that were made in the ball game tonight, and every time a pitcher made one, it was costly. But again, the Most costly mistake made by Tim Belcher. He had to come in with that 3-1 fastball.
12 runs and 27 hits between these two teams in a classic confrontation. And the Seattle Mariners will head home down in this series 2-0. The final score, the Yankees win it 7-5. Our Chevrolet Player of the Game, Jim Leyritz, in conjunction with the program Chevrolet, contributing a total of $50,000 to the Boys and Girls Clubs of America and the names of all the players of the game in the '95 Major League season. And tonight, it is Jimmy Leyritz. There's our final from Yankee Stadium. Stay tuned to this NBC station for The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. It'll be coming up after your local news. And more postseason baseball, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific. Game 3 coming up on Friday. The Yankees and the Mariners. Tonight, the Yankees rock again. For Tommy Hutton and all of our crew, I'm Gary Thorne. Thank you for joining us, and good night from Yankee Stadium.
This telecast has been produced by the Baseball Network in association with NBC.